Hello, and this is the artifact review video for group number 3, the project for Tibit microplug, the network function automation for the passive optical network. I would like to start with reviewing our sprint status and the sprint goal. We are currently in sprint number 5, which is scheduled to end on February 7th. As of right now, most of the tasks that we have are either in ready for test or closed status. We do have a few tasks that are still open, but we are on track to get those completed before the end of sprint. As you can see on the burn down chart, we have been moving along with a steady velocity, and as a matter of fact, ahead of the schedule to get everything completed before the end of the sprint. Our main goal for the sprint was to complete making configuration changes based on the updated controller code requirements that would pertain to the database and how the data points are being stored in the database. We adapted the controller to read the configurations from the current state of the network and store those endpoints in the database. We had to make updates to both the web interface and the API to accommodate for those changes. So for the artifact itself, I'm going to showcase our production web interface and API interface. We currently have both of them running on our production cloud server, and the web interface is available publicly on the domain tibit.app, while the API is currently running on a subdomain and is also publicly available on the api.tibit.app. So one of the endpoints that we currently have configured for the API is get OLTs. Right now, this API call retrieves the list of OLT objects that the controller stores in the database. As the part of the serialized JSON return value that API retrieves from the database, we are able to obtain the configuration for OLT devices, their current state, their GPON or EPON configuration, as well as the list of all the ONUs that are connected to a specific OLT device. Further, the list of ONUs provides us the data for the configuration of the ONU device, the state of the ONU device, and the SLA that pertains to that specific ONU device. All of that is retrieved from the database, and it is being stored in the database by the controller that is running on the timed loop. So the database itself gets updated from the controller side. On the web interface, we had to make changes within the code to accommodate for this new structure of the data object that is being returned from the API. Further, we added a number of UI elements to extend the existing features. So first of all, let's take a look at the current state of the web interface. Alright, on the home page, we are displaying the alerts of the critical level. However, we do have a designated area under the alerts section that will display all the alerts dynamically for a specific device. So here on the list, we will be displaying alerts if that pertains to that device. We're adding a time log that will demonstrate the records specifically when the OLT or ONE record was added to the network. On the Statistics tab, we are displaying a quick visual overview of how many devices are running or are active on the network and the upstream and downstream traffic. Configuration tab will give a user an ability to view a configuration for a specific device. Like for example, we currently have one OLT and two ONUs that are discovered on the network. We're able to view the OLT configuration as well as the configuration for a specific ONU device. One of the major changes that we added to the user functionality of the web interface is the ability to not only create an account but also request a password reset. So I'm going to demonstrate that by creating a new account, and then we will do a password reset. Alright, let's just first make sure we can log in with these credentials. Okay, and then we're going to log out and request the password reset. Alright, here's our email. Recovery code. Now we can reset our password. And we can successfully log in into the interface. And that concludes this artifact review video. Thank you.